Jack Kwok. I have the privilege of serving as the Executive Director of the State Convention of Baptists in Ohio.
Hey, I'm John Wooten, and I'm the Superintendent for the Assemblies of God in Ohio.
My name is Al Yano, and I am the Director for Church Multiplication for the state of Ohio for the Assemblies of God. It was about prayer and, maybe wrapping ourselves around the Lordship of Jesus, utilizing March for Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for me, it was March for Jesus, and to unite together and praying for Ohio, praying for a movement of God in Ohio.
I remember going to that first one thinking it was March for Jesus, that was the vehicle, but then it wasn't very long after we started doing that. Oh, wow, this could go beyond that, right? We could keep doing this forever, right? Yep.
Right.
Al has a good friend named Gary Frost, who is a nationally known leader in the Southern Baptists, and he's out of Youngstown. So Al and Gary had a long friendship, prayer relationship in Youngstown because I was there for years as well. So they were just really, really good friends, and they prayed together regularly. And then Gary, because he became the leader of the March for Jesus, said, "Hey, Al, do you think we could start here in Ohio and see if we can get my tribe, the Southern Baptists, and your tribe, the AG, to come together?" So then Gary reached out to Jack, and Al reached out to me. And
what we're experiencing and what we would like to see replicated across our state is leaders coming together on a regular basis praying.
Well, we started the first original summit. We just pulled together key leaders in the Southern Baptist movement along with key leaders from the Assemblies of God. And we just sat and we began to get to know each other, build a relationship with each other, tell our stories, tell our vision. And here in that room, we found that the visions were the same. The commission, the mission was the same. It's just that we were operating in our own lanes. And of course, the book of Acts talks about unity that comes through being in one accord in prayer, being in one accord in mission, and then going out into the community doing something about it. So we made this commitment that there's two things after that first meeting that we're going to do. The commitment was we're going to pray together, and we're going to lift up the Lordship of Jesus.
That last week to see people from various denominations, SBC, AG, and others, and that's encouraging to you on many levels. One of them is it helps us to understand the passions that we have to reach our state are not our own. And while we've been working in our silo, quote unquote, to tool this thing out,
Right.
What a refreshing surprise to find out that God's been speaking to other people in the same way. And that's not really, that shouldn't shock us. But when you get together like that, it just encourages you and opens up your eyes to things that not only you didn't know about how we're all going to reach a state together, but then it gives you confidence for what you're trying to do. Well, if we do what God's asked us to do, and if they do, and if we all do it together, then wow, we really can do this. And so every time I'm there, it lights my fire for what we're trying to do, because I know we're not doing it alone. It builds my confidence for the fact that we really could see a breakthrough across this state. But then, God is so God. And so last week when I was there praying, it was one of the most personally edifying things I've been a part of. And so I'm just weeping because the prayers that we're going through, the scriptures that we're praying through, are just edifying me. And here I am in a room full of adults, and I'm just bawling because God is speaking to me personally. Which again, that shouldn't surprise us. That's how God loves to move. So He's building us up individually, and He's building us up as a body, and bringing us together. And then that's pretty exciting when you think about John 17:20 and 21.
Yep.
If He'll get us on the same page, if we'll be one, then that's going to have a natural domino effect. The world's going to know who Jesus is. So, man, it's just win, 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 win.